Hi everybody, I'm Tony E at Show IP Interface Brief, and today is day 47 of the 100 Days of Labbing Journey. Holy crap. 3 days away from halfway, and I have no idea what I'm going to do to celebrate. What are you going to do to celebrate? That's what I want to know. How can we celebrate together? You guys likely won't be up at 12:30 in the morning like I am recording this video. But I'm glad to have all of you joining me throughout this journey. It has been absolutely fruitful so far. So just a couple of things to go over. Again, this is just a vlog series to really document my process, as well as to be honest with myself and honest with everyone in the community on study habits and about drawing a line in the sand and sticking to it. So tonight I still worked on my lab that I designed, that I built, and the requirements that I designed around it using my 6-shooter topology. And tonight I really absolutely 100% fumbled with PPPoE. Now PPPoE got me before when I was doing a configuration lab from the INE workbook, the foundation labs. I hadn't ever configured PPPoE before, and tonight I absolutely lost my mind. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. So I actually broke open the CCIE Routing Switching Official Cert Guide, Chapter 6, Wide Area Networks, and there is a small PPPoE section in there. It is very small. I think it's only 5 pages. Yeah, it's 5 pages, and most of it is just, fluff. So a very small section. You'll skip over it if you go too quick. Anyhow, I did miss a command, and I had one of the configurations under an incorrect stanza. So that's what happened to me. I can't believe I got fouled up. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to build a lab that incorporates all of the things that have fouled me up over the last 47 days approximately, and just kind of burn through them just to make sure that I remember, that those tripwires are there, and to just burn through it. So tonight also, in looking for a PPPoE example, I thought I had made myself some notes in a folder on my 100 Days of Labbing folder on the Dropbox share that I share with everybody. It's in the link in the description below. I thought I had left myself a configuration template for PPPoE, and turns out I did not. So, but what I did end up doing was going through many of the days folders in there, and I realized they are very hard to follow. They're not complete. Can I tell you why? Is because doing all of this in addition to actually studying takes up a lot of time and effort. So I really applaud the couple of folks who have decided to do an all-streamed 100 Days of Labbing journey. That's really incredible. It takes a lot to do this, to put this together, and it takes a lot to be able to keep up with generating startup configs and new labs and requirements and screenshots and building an entire folder structure and filling it with every day with something new is really tough and takes a lot of resources, and that's why I haven't kept up with mine. But I did go through the folders and look at what was in there, and although it doesn't make sense to anyone who's just joining the journey now, I do remember all of those labs, and I think for my 50 days I'm going to do a look back, sort of a retrospective look back at the labs that I've covered over the past 40 some days, and just kind of review a little bit, and maybe we'll do a live stream. Maybe we'll do a live stream on my day 50, which might be this weekend. 48, 49, 50. Yeah, it might be this weekend. Maybe we'll do it this weekend. On a side note from that, I do want to share a bit of bad news. That the CCIE lab exam has claimed another victim. And what do I mean by that? A good friend of mine, I consider him a very good friend, over in the Land Tamers Discord server, which there is a link below in the description, our little study community. He told me this morning, I think, that he's decided not to know. He decided to no longer pursue the CCIE, and that was. It's really not that big a deal. Shouldn't affect me at all, but it does a little bit because he was one of the first people I met when I joined the Land Tamer Discord server. There wasn't many people on there at the time, and I didn't know who anyone was, right? They were just screen names in this social media platform that was new to me, and I was new to the group, and there wasn't many people there at the time. And I had ended up, forming an online friendship with those early folks, and it was very good. And we found out that some of those people were going to be in a boot camp together. If anyone's been following my journey, I took Narbik's boot camp earlier in 2018, and one of the members from the Land Tamer Discord was joining me there. And so we sat next to each other, we buddied up, we did study buddies, and it was really a lot of fun. And Mr. Doug Kenline is one of the most unique people I've ever met my entire life, and very, very proud to know him and meet him in person. So I was saddened by that because, there's a good tight group of us over in the Discord server who are sort of in the same area in our studies, and I'm hoping that we can all make the journey together. Mentors is out there, Big Abe is out there, the Land Tamer himself, myself, and others as well. And specifically for the CCIE level. And so to have a member of your team sort of drop out, it takes a little bit of the wind out of your sails. But I will say this, he didn't drop out because he didn't try. In fact, Doug has tried harder than I think I certainly have, and than anyone else that I've ever met. He has tried harder. He has been at this CCIE journey longer than I've been in IT. He's passed the written more times than I have certifications, and he's been down to RTP 3 times to take the lab exam. So it's not without trying that he's laying his hat down, but it is a little bit saddened because I thought that together as a group, we would all push each other through and succeed. But it's no longer a priority for him. He's got a good networking job. He's a CCNP. He earns himself a good living, and he does networking every day, which is something that he still loves to do. But now his extra time is devoted to other projects, and so good for him. I'm happy for him. So you guys might, if anyone's over in the Cisco Learning Network, you've probably read some forum posts from Doug Kenline. I think he was the 2017, one of the top 10 posters in 2017, out of everybody on the Cisco Learning Network. So big name in the community, and he's been part of our little community for quite some time. And I'm sad to know that he's not going to be joining us on our journey any longer. So it's 12:45 in the morning, and I'm getting ready for bed. So I wrapped up PPPoE. I also did MPLS. I'm doing VPN v4 route reflectors and multi-protocol BGP in my current lab. I am having a problem with one of the links won't turn on MPLS on an interface. It says it's on both ends, but they're not passing any control packets. No LDPs going in between the neighbors. So I have, in fact, they're not neighbors yet. I don't know why at all that's happening, but I'm going to leave that to troubleshoot tomorrow. And hopefully I can completely build out my 6-shooter topology, which I set out to do, and then I'll share that all with you tomorrow and actually go over some of the configuration and some of the subtle nuances there. And then I think we'll get ready for this weekend, which I don't know what lab we're going to get ready to do, but we'll do something fun for sure. And that wraps it up. See you guys tomorrow.